can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Dr. Jeremy Weiss here, founder of InspiredInsider.com, where I talk with inspirational entrepreneurs and leaders like the founders of P90X, Atari, many more, how they overcome big challenges in life and business. Today, our sponsor is Rise25.com, where entrepreneurs of 6, 7, 8-figure businesses come together live and in person every few months to solve their biggest business challenges and leave with lifelong friendships. It's run by myself, co-founder John Corcoran. It's application only. Check out Rise25.com. Today, Michael Lovitch also has a groundbreaking event which we're going to talk about. We have Michael Lovitch, who went from founding the Hypnosis Network to co-founder of Real Dose Nutrition, that has had over 360,000 customers, to co-founder of Baby BathWater Institute. Our mutual friend David Gonzalez introduced us and said, Michael's been a friend for many years. He started a 7-figure publishing company, 8-figure nutritional supplement company. More importantly, the time and care that he and Hollis put into the Baby Bathwater event is absolutely nuts. Michael, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So how do you decide what type of product you're going to sell?
Well, for that company, because we had done so well with weight loss, like the hypnosis program we had was huge. And then all our affiliates, so I had a huge list and following in that with a high integrity. That's what happened. I had this huge list of people who wanted weight loss, and all these supplement companies came to me wanting me to endorse them. I was a doctorate in physiology, and I'd ask her, I was like, I didn't know a lot about supplements. So I asked my mom to review them. She goes, she was the one who told me how much crap this was, and I couldn't endorse any of them. So I really created that so I could have something I could recommend. So I went there. I wanted to create a product that I could feel good about, and then market it appropriately and not with a bunch of magic crap. I don't believe in magic or miracles.
That's a tough part probably about your competitors with their messaging with weight loss, right? Mm-hmm. There's probably people making a lot of claims, I would imagine.
Yep, but we killed it because one is we buy media. That's the thing is, I do really well marketing to New York Times readers. So I market to smart people. So nobody was marketing like that, and they can see through that. And we were able to buy media when nobody else was. So all my friends are coming up to me and like, how are you buying so much? Because we spend like 40 grand a day. Like, how are you able to buy so much on Google? I'm like, what do you mean? They have no problem with us. I can prove my claims.
Is that why? Because you could back up your claims.
Yeah, I had all my white papers. Yeah. So when they would come to me and say, compliance would come out, I said, no, I can prove everything here. And then I didn't write outrageous copy either.
Right.
So we won because of that, because now Facebook's getting really lax. I think they're making a big mistake. Facebook right now is very easy for some reason, but you always see ebbs and tides on the media buying. They'll get hard again. They were hard, but we never had a problem. When everybody else was like trading out cards, they're on, they're off, we were consistent. So we never had to fuck with that.
So you grew up in an academic household, I think you said. So what was it like growing up? Was it like very science background or?
Well, no, I mean, a law teacher.
Both of them were professors?
Yeah.
So when you were growing up, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a bartender.
You did? when you were like 7?
No, I was like a junior high. That's when Cheers was on. I wanted to be Sam Malone. Like everybody else. That was it. But yeah, in college though, as I started to get into it, that's when I wanted to be a special ed teacher. I wanted to do that.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought you went into sales and then you went into the Hypnosis Network. So I didn't realize.
I took a couple years off, and I did some high tech like sales through the channel kind of stuff because I can sell complex stuff. Yeah. That was database and key encryption management. Yeah. So selling to chief security officers is really fun.
Yeah. Michael, what's the vision right now? I know, like when you first started Baby Bathwater, you had a certain vision. What is it now? Now that you've done it for almost 3 years.
We're still figuring. I don't think we're big vision guys. Yeah. We're still figuring that out. We're to make the events better and better, and I think we're going to expand to Europe. We're looking into that, so to throw better things, and also a vision to make it it's more organized. Like it's been so grassroots, and it's hard. Like we throw parties and it does well now, but to treat it like a business has been a struggle because it didn't start like that. So the vision is to make them better and better people, and then expand the footprint, and then maybe do some publishing down the road, because we have so many. Because I think that nobody really has kind of. There's other cool things too. There's other cool masterminds, but nobody has that. They're all a little more insular. I don't think anybody has the kind of diversity. And I think if we want to start taking the people who are coming and the people who are sharing, and maybe create anthologies and things like that. We thought it'd be kind of cool to take the people we have and publish some of their stuff and create.
Yeah, because you have some rock stars. Yeah,
we thought maybe have letters from the tub and create volume 1 and create some books and some stuff like that. And then we do have we have a member. We did the membership thing after the last event because people wanted more, where we have an online group.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We have smaller retreats on the back end, but you can't get into that until you know it very, very well. It's kind of a 1-by-1 thing. Mm-hmm. And this is our first year doing that, and it's been really fun. But to make that better, I mean, it's like anything else. There's a lot of bathwater in that. That's the first time I've ever done anything like it, and we wanted to be different and all that jazz, right? So it's been great. But there's been fits and starts. So if we're going to continue to do that, we have to get better at it. So
how many events per year do you
offer? That's because we have our 2 big Utah ones, which are the ones we're talking about.
That's one Eden, Utah.
Yeah, which are invite only, or you get referred, and then or apply, and then it's hard to get into. But then we have, for our members, we have 4 retreats that fit 25 people up. It's a summer camp called Gold Lake. Maybe we're in Boulder, 3,500 more feet up. And it's real retreaty, and we have a great time, but that's more of a mastermind. That's where we really get to work. Yeah. And we throw some intensives, with Esther. We have a intensive with Esther coming up for the founder thing. We have a media buying intensive coming up. Yeah. Those are
real specific of kind of maybe around a retreat, but you find that people really want this particular topic, or it hits home for them.
And then those are half price for members, but they're small. They're little 30-person workshops.
Yeah. I mean, it's still not tiny. I mean, that's
it's intimate.
Yeah. I mean, it's intimate, but it's still, it's a significant number of people who want to do it.
Right. And then that's more members get first chance at those.
I like it. Yeah. Love it. Yeah. What have we missed so far from your journey? What's that?
We're working that one out. I mean, that's the whole thing.
It's always that way, though. It's always a work in process, because like you said, you want to cut out the things you don't like, and then you want to add things you do. So it will always be like that, I would assume.
Right. And I think we added a lot. Our membership's going to do this, and this, and we're delivering, but it's a lot of work. And I don't think we anticipated the amount of, and then we have to deliver because that's who we are. So we're working a lot more than we thought we would, because it's a lot harder.
Right.
That's the nature of it.
What else do we not talk about your journey that would be interesting? If there's a lesson or a mentor that we didn't talk about that's been influential for you?
I don't know, because I've just kind of rolled into it. Yeah. I mean, I guess the biggest thing.
Who do you call for advice now?
Depends on the type of advice. Yeah. I still call Dave Lacani, who's also goes to our event. I call him a lot he's more my age, a little older, for I'd say overall narrative. If I want to what's the narrative on this thing? Because he's the best narrative guy I've ever met. Yeah. If I'm looking for business advice, I call a guy named John Linton. He's also a member. The guy's incredible. I can't believe he got to our event. And then all of a sudden, he owns a diamond mine, and he does this, he does that. Wow. This is crazy. So, because I still don't consider myself a sophisticated business person. So he's a guy, if have a business thing, we call him, to be an adult that way, because I'm still not sophisticated with the paperwork and all this kind of jazz.
Everyone has their different strengths, I guess. But I have one last question for you, Michael. I really appreciate your time. This has been hugely valuable. I love hearing about this stuff and your journey. People should check out babybathwaterinstitute.com. Anywhere else we should point people towards?
We also have babybathwater.com. And the Institute, that one is this event. That's
okay. So babybathwater.com or babybathwaterinstitute.com. So my last question is about you were a hot wings champion.
Yes. that was actually the funnest thing ever, because I used to live in Fort Worth, Texas, and they run this Death Fest, a big giant hot sauce thing. It's it's the Mecca, right? People flying from all over the world, and they have this contest, and I kept hearing about it on the radio, and I'm I don't know.
Are you a big hot wings fan or something?
I like hot wings, okay, but I've always been the weird guy who can eat hotter things. And I was like, is this real or not? I didn't know whether I was like, is it like, is this real?
It's just with your friends, or are you really? Yeah.
So I just heard on the radio, and I was like, I have a good friend, Ryan, and my daughter might have been, God, how old was she then? Like 3 or 4. And let's go to the show, And then I went there. And I was like, I entered the contest. It's like $20 or whatever. And it was like a round. He's like hundreds of people joined this, and there's like rounds, right? So they gave you 10 boneless wings, and then you had to beat your table, and then you moved to
basically eat them as faster than anyone else.
Yes, so they're extremely hot.
And they're really hot.
Yeah, no bones in them though, which is nice. Yeah, and it ended up, there's hundreds and hundreds of people, so you win your table, and then you move on to the next table, and you have little breaks. So, yeah, I just got on there and did it, and like my first heat, I just crushed that table. Like I was like, wow. And I'm to the next table, and I'm to the next table. So I'm like, and I'm just crushing everybody on my table.
Is it always 10 wings, or do they keep increasing the number? Okay.
It wasn't that big. It was enough where you could, that was all part of it. But then I started like, I'd go to the bathroom for breaks, and other guys who were going to go on to the next table, I could see their faces were red and they're sweating. I'm like, and I felt good. Then I called my wife. I'm like, I think I got to fucking win this thing, man. Like, she came down and then made it to the last table. And I didn't just win. I won like easily.
Really?
Because they were in struggle. They're struggling because
by that time, how many wings have you eaten?
At least 50. I mean, over a period of like 6-7 hours. But I just didn't feel the pain, and it was easy. And I actually had beer with my last one. It was great. And they won this big screen TV, which you still have at our house. And it was kind of fun.
Hot Wings champion.
Hot Wings. And then I went to my friends. You ever watch Man vs. Food?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. There's one where they put like the hottest pepper ever in a blender.
Yeah. Because he went to this place in Brooklyn and he tried it twice and couldn't do it. So and my friend Frank was like mafia. He's like, you come to New York, I'll pick you up and we'll take you to Brooklyn in a limo and we'll do this thing. And I went there and they had raised it because some other professional eaters came and was able to do it. So they made it hotter.
What did they make? Like, what were they having you eat? What was it?
I mean, it's hot wings with fucking ghost pepper.
Hot wings with the hottest. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot hotter than the competition. Not even close. But I finished it and I fit it and I was like the second picture on the wall of the new hotter one. But then that one. Yeah, and then I had to have some dinner with some friends in New York, and I was walking down the escalator to go meet my friends, and then it was like, oh, fuck. And I was in fetal position all night, and that was the end of my career.
You mean after that?
I didn't, it just ripped my stomach apart.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
So I'm done. Never
no
again.
More hot wings.
Well, it was fun when it didn't hurt.
That's crazy. How do you brought up your wife and your daughter. I don't know how many kids you have, but how do you balance family with, and that sounds like this is one of the reasons you like this business is because you wanted to be with family. How does the family fit in? How do you balance the family with all the businesses?
Pretty easy. I mean, we're one and done. So we have one daughter. She's 11 now, going on 12. And yeah, I get to home office for the most part. I might have an office to go to, but I'm always allowed to stay at home. And then my wife doesn't work. And so she's around and she takes care of our life. So she takes care of not only the family stuff, she takes care of the finances. So she's in charge of our money. So I don't have to do anything but work.
Yeah.
And I do have time to hang out with my daughter a lot and do stuff. And then Baby Bathwater is great because Piper, my daughter, comes to all my events. She hangs around.
What does she think about him? What's her take?
She loves him. She's a ham. I think she likes him. She gets to screw around. We make her work a little bit, but I try to make her work, but she acts like she works. But she's social, and we have really nice friends. And so, Hollis, he just got here. Like, he spends a lot of time with her, and a lot of, especially the women entrepreneurs in our group, they pay a lot of attention to her, and the more time with them, the better. So I really like the crowd we have. So she's integrated into our world. Yeah. And then my wife and I go out a lot. We take her out to bars. She's closed down bars with us. So one, and I don't know if you have kids, but one is a part.
They're younger. They're 2 and 5, so they're a bit younger.
It's like having 2 dogs. You can take one dog anywhere if it's trained. You can't take 2 dogs. When you have one kid, it's kind of like that well-trained dog. You can take him everywhere, and she's kind of like that dog in the pickup that gets to go everywhere with me. That makes any sense. So she's around. What do you feel she's picked up by being around the women entrepreneurs? I have no idea. I just think she just kind of express herself more, and that is possible. It's interesting because you said, in one of the audios I listened to, you said your mom used to kind of sneak like wheat germ and your spaghetti. Like, they were into health, and like that point kind of probably you soaked that up, right? Yeah, I did. I was taking supplements since I've been born. My mom's one of those freaks. Always, yeah, doing that.
So I'm wondering, like, I'm just, it's really interesting. Your daughter's probably soaking it all up right now, you know?
Yeah, I mean, at 11, like she's in that crazy stage. She's hitting puberty and all that. So it's like, who knows who knows what my daughter thinks now. She's funny, but I'm not gonna. I don't know what she. I have no idea.
You want to attempt that one?
We're having a good time, but right now, who knows? Like, yeah, I mean,
because entrepreneurs do different things. They're, we're out of the box thinkers, and so my daughters aren't 11 yet, so I'm curious of what you do that's a little bit out of the box with her, just to affect her thinking or what she's doing, or nothing. Maybe she's just around your friends, and that's.
She's more around. I mean, I've taught her everything early. I mean, I had her doing jiu-jitsu early when she was like 3 and 4,
really?
And she could ride a bike earlier, and I let her take more physical risks than most dads would. Like now, when she's a little kid, she was out riding a bike on busy streets with me and just trusted it. So I've always had her doing things a little early.
Yeah.
And she has been out. I mean, she's been part of Baby Bathwater Crazy Ass Nights, and she's even pulled all-nighters. Well, she'll not. I mean, of this, we office in this little mountain home up here, and we'll have a lot of people over, and people will pull all-nighters sometimes, but they're, with aid, and she'll stay up till 9. She has that kind of energy, so she gets to see the weird. And as far as what I push her real hard, she's kind of gifted at math, so I push her real hard in that. We play a lot of numbers games. I don't do too much. Yeah. I'm not deliberate. I don't have her on this I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm not like
no, yeah. It's interesting.
Things just going to happen.
Yeah. Michael, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. People should check out babybathwater.com.
I appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.